Eli Pariser, the author of The Filter Bubble, What the Internet is Hiding from You. Eli, your critique is a very important one, but does it also speak of a broader cultural or political malaise in the West, that we really are now increasingly going on the Internet to read or hear what we want to read and hear? You can't really blame it on the Internet. The Internet is itself ideology and reflects more deeply rooted cultural and social phenomena.
Well, yeah, there's definitely other things at play here as well. The personalization trend is amplifying something that's already going on, which is probably a function of a lot of us, my generation certainly, growing up, being told 2,000 times a day through advertisements that we're the center of the world, that the
You're not blaming the advertisers for this,
I am blaming, I'm blaming this culture that, reinforces this idea that the way to express yourself is through, products, and that, you're sort of the center of the universe.
But you're blaming. But I'm not.
It's more uncomfortable,
right?
To get outside of that world. We're not accustomed to being confronted with, really different ideas. We grow up in increasingly homogenous communities, and I would have hoped that the internet would be taking us off that path. That yes, I live in a world where I have products and clothes that reflect who I am, that I live in a community with people like who I am, but when I go online, I actually get exposed to a bigger view of the world and something different. And actually, it's like we're taking our neighborhood online with us. You can't get outside of that narrow point of view.
But I personally don't buy this idea that we can blame it all on advertisers. Why don't people have more of a thirst for knowledge about the world? You just can't blame it on Coca-Cola or McDonald's.
Oh, no. I mean, I think, there's education also plays a role.
So we're blaming the teachers now?
Well, I'm not blaming the teachers, but I'm saying, that how we are learned to use media is a critical part of how, we then experience it. And we don't have a very good media literacy curriculum in most schools. People don't know how to actually use media well or find their way around it. And as this becomes embedded in everything we do, that we see the world through our cell phone or through our online experience. You sort of have this compounded problem because people don't know how to think about the filters that are there, and then the filters themselves are invisible, so they're not calling themselves to people's attention. You don't know that you're viewing the world through a kind of distorted lens.
So it's like Brave New World. We're not really even aware of what's going on. But I mean, we could walk past a newsstand and pick up the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, and the physical papers aren't personalized.
Well, the physical papers aren't, but I mean, this is the trend for a simple reason, which is that if you can do it with an algorithm, that's a lot cheaper than having an editor. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, incidentally. I mean, I think, I don't think that human editors are sort of, I'm not nostalgic for that time, but I do think that if we're going to make that shift, then the algorithms better be up to the task, and they better not just show us sort of the most, compulsively clickable stuff. They better show us what we need to know, show us a diversity of ideas, show us things that are a hard slog at first, but then change our lives. All of those things are important as well.
So you still have faith in the idea of an algorithm?
Yeah, well, I think, for better or worse, that's the way that it's going. And I think, probably for the near future, it's some mix of human editors or human curators and algorithmic ones. I think there are a lot of things at this point that algorithms just can't do very well. They don't anticipate the future very well. They don't know that something's going to be news in 3 days. They don't, pair information, pair different articles together very well. There's a bunch of things that algorithms just are not up to yet. But I think that, the ideal situation is, some kind of mix. It's just that you really want these algorithms that so many of us are viewing the world through to be showing us, what's really going on, actually.